Hello everyone, Engage UK back again with another video review. Before I start this one, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watched all the other videos, those who've subscribed, anyone who's left a comment. It's really good to see the comments, to see people subscribing, to see people watching the videos, so thanks for that. It really does help, gives you the energy to do more videos. Today I'm going to be looking at this. As you can see from the box, no prizes for guessing, it's the Graham Farish Masterpieces in miniature, and no Bachmann logo on the box because it's before Bachmann took over Graham Farish. It's a class 158 in regional railways. This was number 8707, and I believe, judging by the tab inside here, it says 794 there. I think that might well be the month this one was actually built. This first came out in about 1992, and Farish made it all the way up to 2000, which was around the time they were taken over by Bachmann. After Bachmann took over, they released it again using the old Farish mouldings in a few other liveries, ScotRail and a few others, but this is the original Graham Farish version. They only did, in the old Graham Farish, the regional railways, they did it in two sets, that is 2 powered sets and 2 dummy sets. I also had a dummy set which I'll show you in a sec, and they also did the class 159 in Network South East, which is quite sought after. These go for about, well, 35, 40 pounds, something like that for the powered set, 20 pounds, 25 pounds maybe for the dummy set. But they're pretty good for the era that they came from. So let's have a quick look inside the box. It comes in a quite nice black and yellow. They're very stylish colours. Farish colours, and inside you get the two cars. Top one is the power car. You can see that quite quickly from close up, because the bottom car, which is the dummy car, which is more like really a coach, you can see through it because this is taking up with the motor, so you can't see through the interior detail and see through to the other side of the car. Let's take the power car out first. Excuse me, it's a bit fiddly doing it in my hand. There it is. No working lights, but yeah, fairly nicely modelled. Some fine printing, small printing of the numbers here. This is 57860, overhead warning sign there for overhead cables. It's all-wheel drive, which is nice. These tend to be fairly noisy, but built like tanks. They tend to go really well, and they last for years. Plastic gears, but you could also change those out, and I believe they're all-wheel pickup. See pickups? Yes, all-wheel pickup and all-wheel drive. They come with the old style rapido pockets with a spring, so they can be taken out and changed for the Schafernberg couplers, which I've done on the dummy, so I'm going to show you the difference in a minute. I'm going to put the dummy and the power twin, or two power cars on the track and show you the difference. You get nice snow ploughs or air dams, whichever you want to call them, on the front. Fair bit of weight. Some pretty fair underframe detailing. Okay, compared to the Farish 150, either 1 or 2, or the Dapol class 153, 156, they're not up to the standard of recent releases, but for their time they were pretty good. Okay, that's the power car. Dummy car, pretty much exactly the same. much lighter, obviously. Still has the fine print detail, rapido couple of pockets with the spring. This one, someone I bought this second hand, so obviously they've done their own little adjustment to it. What they've done is they've taken the rapido coupler, cut the shank off, taken the spring out and glued it to the coupler pocket. In other words, bringing it back and fixing it to the bogie, which means when you clip these together, you get a shorter coupling than you would normally. Now, obviously, I'm going to probably change that back to schafernbergs, but spare parts for these, you can get them from BR lines. So spares are available. So I'll probably put in a little order for a couple of spare bogies for these, and then change them over to the schafernbergs. Okay, let's pop it on a piece of track and see what it looks like. So there's the power unit on the track. This is Pico code 55, just for scale, to give you an idea. And looks really nice. I really love the Regional Railways livery. It's one of my favourites. Now the reason this is more closely coupled than it would normally be is because, as I showed you before, someone has adapted that coupling. So it's actually not bad, it's quite closely coupled. The only issue might be that that is now is fixed to the bogie, so there's no, it can't move on the spring as it can normally, so there's potential of going around a tight curve that could derail. Apart from that, obviously the only other concern obviously is the fact that it is rapido couplings and they look a bit large, a bit clunky. You can see that if we look at the front. Just zoom into the front a little bit. Holding a piece of paper there, just so you can see the size of it, that's the rapido coupler on the front. You could of course remove that, but it is big, it is clunky, not very prototypical. For contrast, I have here the dummy set. And on the dummy set is the Schafernberg coupler. You can see that there. If I hold there's the rapido. There's the Schafernberg. Much smaller, much more prototypical. I'm obviously going to change the couplers on this so they can be coupled up. There's a quick look on the dummy of the two Schafernbergs coupled up. Nice close coupling, and of course because they're still on the springs, flexibility for it to go around curves and stuff. So I would definitely recommend converting this over to Schafernbergs if you want to get a set. There are plenty of sets out there, and you can pick them up second hand quite easily. Obviously with the Schafernbergs on this, I can couple it up to my Dapper 153 and run them together. They look great. Obviously this doesn't have lighting, whereas the 153 does, but can't have everything. Out of the box it's 12 volts DC, as you might expect. If you want to convert to DCC, it's not actually that tricky. It has a standard split chassis. It can be done for about £15, £17.50 if you'd rather not do it yourself, because it does involve milling out a little bit of metal, plus it's very tight in the roof area, so you need to do some work there. But it can be done, and the cost of the chip plus the cost of the conversion isn't too excessive. Obviously available now is still the Class 153, the Class 156 and the Class 150, various different DMUs from Graham Farish, and also a Class 101 is going to be coming out quite soon, also in Regional Railways. But despite having most of those, I've still got a bit of a love for this one because it's just such a classic. So let's have a quick look at it running. there she goes. You can get some quite nice slow running with her. A little bit noisy, as I said, and she's running a little bit better in one direction than the other at the moment, probably in need of an oil and a little bit of TLC. But I wouldn't be without her. She's lovely. So if you get a chance, pick one up. As I say, you can get them quite reasonable prices second hand. You can see there, you just need to give her a little bit more juice in the opposite direction. And you can hear the noise there, but you get used to that. You know. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully there'll be more videos along very soon. Please comment, rate, subscribe in the box below. Hope to be back soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you soon.